Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is actually my third time recording this video because this is how bad it is, and anyone who knows how I cover the NIFB knows that normally I can take a whole lot of crap and I'm cool with it, but this absolutely sends me off the charts angry that I can barely contain I can just barely contain my anger, my horror, my disappointment, and downright outrage in what is happening. I was sent a link to an article from 2018 from The Guardian that talks about a school called the it's either Roten or Rotenberg Center in Canton, Massachusetts. This center takes care of students with severe mental disabilities, autism, things like that. And when this article was sent to me, I read it in absolute disbelief. Then I watched the video attached to it, and my disbelief went from disbelief and shock to straight downright horror. Then I watched interviews from students that used to go there, and I read interviews from students that used to go there. And I went from horror, anger, outrage, rage to downright disgust. And I am hoping that maybe, just maybe, if enough of us come out and say something and we talk about it and we keep it in the news, because it made the news in 2012 where I got the video from, but yet nothing is being done about it 8 years later. And I don't understand how that's a thing. So let's first talk about the case in 2012, the video that is connected to it, and then we're going to talk about some of the students' experiences. Then we're going to yell at the FDA, and we're just going to go from there. Okay, so in 2012, a student refused to take off his jacket. That was his offense. And he was shocked with this device called the GED. It delivers 41 milliamps of electricity. That is more than a stun gun. He was strapped down to a bed, shocked 31 times over 7 hours for refusing to take his jacket off. I don't even know where to start with how wrong it is, to shock children. But what makes this so much horrifically worse is the fact that we are shocking children who cannot speak up for themselves. We are allowing this to happen in our country in 2020. The FDA actually, as of January 6th, let this lapse. They were supposed to ban it, and they let it, the self-imposed ban, they let it lapse. They let it lapse. I don't know if they don't care enough, or there's just not enough attention on it for them to be like, we shouldn't be doing this. But this has been happening since 1971. In 2018, when the Guardian article was written, I can't find any more updated numbers, 47 out of 250 students were receiving this treatment. Some, like one student, had been there for 22 years and had been shocked on average of 33 times a week. There are testimonials from people that went to this school that said that sometimes they didn't know why they were shocked. They were just shocked. They would be sleeping and they were forced to sleep in this device, and they would be sleeping and then they would be shocked. They don't know why. They weren't allowed to talk about it. It just happened. We don't even do this to the worst criminals in jail. We don't even do this to prisoners of war. Why are we doing this to the most vulnerable section of society? Why is no one giving a crap about these kids? Why is this not constantly on everyone's radar? Why is it that I am just now hearing about this in 2012 or in 2020, when the first instance of this video that I'm talking about came out in 2012? It was covered and then forgotten, like most things. And this has been happening since 1971. And this school is still open. Why have we not shut it down for human rights violations? This has got to be some sort of human rights violation. And to hear, when I was watching interviews from the people from the school, to hear them be like, this is the most humane treatment, it's better than drugging them or letting them hit their head against the wall. I don't think kids should be hitting their head against the wall, but there's got to be better ways than shocking someone 33 times a week. This is not protecting them. These kids are afraid of it. There are reports of skin burns and permanent scarring. and just absolutely horrific mental and physical damage, PTSD from this. Why is this still allowed? Why are people not screaming from the rooftops? I cannot express how horrifyingly angry I am at this, and how I can't imagine what these kids are going through, and how anyone can do this to a child. I mean, the people here should be charged with assault at minimum. The school should be shut down. No one's kids should be there. My mind is blown with how angry I am right now. I don't know if you can tell. But once again, let's go back to the fact that a child was shocked 31 times over 7 hours for refusing to take off his jacket. There's a large chunk of me that just wants to curl up in a corner and cry over this, because I mean, why does no one care? Why are we not covering this more? Why are we still allowing this to happen? Why has the school not been shut down? This speaks to a larger part of our society, which I don't want to get into. I just want people to share. I want people to get angry. I want people to contact the FDA. I want people to contact the state of Massachusetts and be like, this is unacceptable. I want it to stop. That's the best I can say, is I absolutely 100% want it to stop. I want it to be, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm gonna link some articles down below. I'm gonna link the video. Please watch it. Please contact the FDA. Please contact people in Massachusetts, the state's attorney, anyone that can make this stop, because we're literally torturing children in this country in 2012, and no one seems to give a flying crap. So, yeah. I am outraged, horrified, angry. This is not a force. This is not a source of controlling children. This is not a reasonable answer to hard to deal with children. This is taking the most disenfranchised children out there and systematically torturing them for money. And we're not doing anything about it. So, yeah, I can't even imagine what that's like. The amount of terror that child felt in that video absolutely crushed my soul as I watched it, and every part of my being wanted to jump in there and beat the people doing this to him, because they absolutely deserved that, and I'm not a violent person. This is just, it's fundamentally, it's just not right, and I am asking you to care. I am asking you to look into it. I am asking you to be a voice for the voiceless, because somebody has to be. That's all I got, guys. I am completely drained of any sort of anything, because I'm horrified. I'm absolutely horrified and angry and shocked, and I'm hoping that there will be other people out there that care as much as I do. I will see y'all later.